Veteran of the IDF Special Operations Counterterrorism Unit, Aaron Cohen. Aaron, always good to have you here. It does appear that we are perhaps closer to the end of the Rafah operation in terms of what Israel wants to do than the beginning, but still, there are hostages there. It is a terrible, terrible situation that everybody is dealing with still.
Yeah, this is counterterrorism warfare, Jonathan. And so what we've seen here collectively for the last 8 months is what we call in Hebrew a sir lachatz, translated means a pressure cooker campaign. And that pressure cooker campaign has forced all the remnants of Hamas into the final corner of Gaza, which is where a lot of our hostages, we believe, are being held. We just saw the historic rescue of Noah Argami and 3 of the hostages that the Yamam, Israel's special counterterrorism SWAT team, pulled off, which is extremely difficult because it's in a forward operating area, a non-permissive environment.
Do you believe, Aaron, on the hostages, that they are scattered in various locations around Rafah, or are they being held in one main group?
Well, there was a lot of complicity with the civilian population who had infiltrated from Gaza over that fence into the southern portion of Israel and took a lot of those hostages. So the intelligence has been a nightmare, but I'll tell you this. Israel's ability to get Noah and those 3 hostages last week was the result of Israel's military pressure. Pressure brings intelligence. Intelligence is then actionable for special operations like hostage rescue. So without that military pressure that Israel is still putting on Hamas, you can see that in the B-roll there, we don't get our people back. And in Israel, it's, look, we'll do a deal and we'll sit down and negotiate, but we're coming to get him either way.
Right, and this does not end from Israel's point of view until 1, Hamas is destroyed, and 2, those hostages are all
correct. And the hostages have always been the first piece, but
right.
but the big picture is how do we quash Hamas?
And part of that is having the weaponry to do it, which brings us to the debate that was going on, to put it politely, this week between Prime Minister Netanyahu and the White House. Prime Minister Netanyahu said that, I think in his words, it was inconceivable to him that the administration, the U.S. administration, has been withholding weapons and ammunition to Israel, to which the White House, through Karine Jean-Pierre, among others, replied, no, we haven't. There was one shipment of those 5,000-pound bombs that we put a pause on. That is it. Who's telling the truth here?
I think there's a little bit of monkey business happening with the White House here. I think it's personal against Bibi. The fact is that being the prime minister during this 8-month campaign is no different than Golda Meir back in '72 during the Yom Kippur War. There's a lot of eyeballs on Bibi. He's doing the best he can. The fact is that you have an entire population not being used as human shields, being used as sacrificial lambs, and that puts a tremendous amount of eyeballs, and then that social media gets out, and all of a sudden people think this is genocide. We're at war right now, Jonathan, and it's no different than the Brits taking out the Germans, the Nazis after World War II, after the Holocaust. So I think Bibi's doing the best he can. I think Biden is playing games right now, and he's got an election coming up. He's got a big debate coming up right now. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it'll certainly be an issue in next Thursday's debate, one would imagine. Aaron Cohen, always great to have you here. Thank you so much, Aaron.